Welcome to another Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the Connection Show. Apologize again, don't have much of a voice today, but that's okay. We've got people that's coming in to talk about different programs around the area, and that's what's important, not what I say. Stay with us, be back in a moment. We're going to talk with Mark Missler about a very important program in the area called The Call. Stay with us.
From unique outfits to reading books, Shelby's has everything for giving the best baby gifts, including free gift wrapping. Check out our in-store baby registry for ease in gift giving and gift getting. All you have to do is stop by, let us arrange a table for everyone to shop from your registry. Call the store anytime for details or to order over the phone. We ship and deliver locally. Shop Shelby's for gifts that are beautifully wrapped and thoughtfully given.
Stop in at White Oak Station on Capps Road in Harrison and fill up with Shell gasoline, the highest quality gasoline with more miles per gallon, saving you money. Sign up for the Fuel Rewards card and save 5 cents per gallon every time. Plus, get an extra 5 cents off on Razorback Wednesdays. That's a savings of 10 cents per gallon. Check out their expanded deli and hot and cold food items. Capps Road, White Oak Station, where customer service is their #1 goal.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Our first guest to studio today is Mark Missler. Mark hasn't been in to see us in a while, but I asked him to come in because the program that he represents is so important to the area and the state and the nation. It's called The Call. And we'll let Mark, thank you for coming in. I know you're busy and appreciate you coming in. Apologize for, I'm going to squeak a little bit. I'm going to let you do all the talking. For people out there that's watching that may not know what The Call is, just briefly, if you would.
Well, what The Call is we actually put foster children in Christian homes. The majority of those are from Boone in Newton County, so this is our kids. The Call stands for Children of Arkansas Love for a Lifetime. It's a faith-based organization started in Little Rock, but in 2014, I believe, and Newton County was added in February of 2018, so we're coming up on a year. And we have a unique connection with the Department of Human Services. They allow us to work with them. We recruit, and we train foster parents and open foster homes, and we can kind of streamline that. Whereas when we did it, we had to drive to Mountain Home once a week, I think for 9 weeks. And if you missed one of those, you had to either go somewhere else way far and make it up or start over again. Now we can do that pretty much in 2 weekends of training.
And you do it here now?
We do it here.
Okay.
We try to do it local. Yes, we do. And I don't know, again, how familiar everyone is with foster care. But, there may be somebody out there doesn't really understand what's happened. It is usually a problem with the family that has caused concern for the child's safety. Obviously, that can be drugs and alcohol. Those are the big things. It can just be abuse. It can be that something's happened in the parents or parent, because they're single parents, something's happened and they're in jail. Something has to be done. And in some cases, we have seen the parents become deceased. And then there's not family that can step in and do that. And so, we have to do something with these kids. I feel like we will do something with them. We will put them in Christian foster homes, or they're going to live on the street. And we're going to deal with them with the results of what they have been trained living in. Which one of those scenarios do we want to deal with? Yeah. Living in a loving Christian home or living on the street and growing up to be wild? I mean, obviously our prisons are full now.
These are not current figures, but there's some figures I had, Mark, and just in the state of Arkansas alone, over 5,000 children in foster care. That's a lot of children in foster care. And as Mark, as you mentioned, that's not near what probably should be in foster care.
Right.
Would that be
Well,
a fair
that's
statement?
true. I mean, you know, they are DHS can be short-staffed. They have a hard job.
Yes.
And so yes, not everyone that. Let's see, how do you say this? There are a lot of kids that are abused in a home, and someone has to turn in that abuse to get them out of that home, and that's hard for people to do. It's scary. You know, it's scary for a school teacher or someone that's involved in that child's life to take that step, because then people want to point the finger at you. You know, it's your fault, and it's not your fault. It's the parents' fault. But that's another whole nother story there.
You know, you brought up a good point. We have quite often we have the staff from Grandma's house.
Yep.
And they're dealing with the same thing
Yep.
on a short term. They're the first kind of the first offensive side of it that gets involved. You're more long term. But they said the numbers keep going up, but that's not bad, because now we seem to know better how to identify it. We have people, teachers, counselors, people in different churches that may see it, and they will step forward and help identify it better than maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago.
Yes, they will. People are good about doing that. We just did a First Baptist Church we were able to use the church to do this training. So people volunteer their time to do that.
Right.
And I think there were several families there. There was even a lady came to learn to be a trainer. And speaking of that, you know, we're in a good, loving Boone County community, okay? Newton County too. We do need some things really bad. Okay. We've got all these churches, but we need churches to let us use their church to hold an informational meeting and or these foster care meetings. We need your building, which doesn't require a lot. It does. Someone is going to have to give up 2 weekends. They're going to have to let us in, and they're going to have to lock it up, and we may ask for a few snacks. But what a ministry for a church that isn't really hurting. You know, we're not asking you to spend a bunch of money. This is really needed. Another thing is for the current foster families, a lot of them do not have family here. If a church could hold a parents' night out and give the foster parents 2 or 3 hours to go to a movie, go to get groceries, have dinner together. Again, what an opportunity. As Christians, we want to tell people about Christ. Churches, here's an opportunity to bring children into your church that you can witness to. And I know there's people want to do that, but they need to contact us. We also need people to join our staff. We need a volunteer coordinator and a communications coordinator, which involves social media. Because again, all of us have jobs, and all of us are trying to do things, but we can't do all these things. So we need help. We need right now for donations, we need underwear, and we need boys' pajamas in particular. Those are the things we really need. Of course, churches, we have call jugs that can collect loose change. Anybody needs money, but I'm not here to ask for money. We need more prayer than money right now. Everyone can pray. That doesn't cost you anything but a little time, which is valuable. But please, if you see this message we're talking about today and you're involved in a church, talk to your church, to your pastor, and see if your church could host one of these meetings or host a training, which would involve Saturday, Sunday, 2 weekends, and those don't have to be back to back. We could skip one in between if we had to, but that's something we really need. We need bedside angels. If a baby is born at the hospital and it's in a drug baby, we need someone that can sit at the hospital and maybe hold that child. Not the whole time. We have to have someone there the whole time, but it doesn't have to be the same person. I bet there's a lot of little ladies out there would like to hold a little baby. That's something we need. Some other things have changed I want to talk about real quick. Our phone number now is 870-518-9209. And we are the callinarkansas.org. Also, the hours have changed. We're at 715 West Sherman, Suite C. It's the old Joe Bowers orthodontic office up in Harrison, top of old Ramada Inn Hill. The hours are Tuesday from 3:30 to 6:30, and then Wednesday and Friday from 9 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And we can take donations there of clean clothes or bedding, things like that. We're always needing beds, twin mattresses. This goes to people that are willing to foster parent, but if they need a bed, they need clothes, they need food, they can come and get some of those things to get started, because this is a very financial burden on them. It's an emotional burden on them. There's a lot of pressure on a foster parent. You have to answer lots of questions for the state, which needs to be done. We're not picking on the state, but you have to go through a vigorous background check, and it's very intimidating. And again, expensive, because you're having to run the meetings and do things. And so we need to help. We realize as Christians, not everyone is called to be a foster parent. But as Christians, I always say this, we are all called to care.
Yeah.
It's pretty simple.
So, and I'm sure you're always needing foster.
We need foster parents.
All the time.
All the time. We need foster parents. We need adoptive parents. We need both those things. Right. Foster's what we focus on. It's the immediate need. Again, grandma's house. But the immediate need, because these kids are picking up. They're picking up. There's nowhere to go with them. Caseworker keeps them. Calls several people. Nobody wants them. They have to be taken off somewhere. And that is very hard on the kids. It's harder. Because now not only do they not have mom or dad, now they're not in the same school, the same church. Everything's changed. They don't get to go and take their toys and things with them. Yeah. It all changes. So if we can keep them here and give them some sense of security and normalcy, at least they're familiar with this area.
Absolutely.
That helps, because it rocks their world. They want to be with mom and dad, almost no matter how horrible it is. They still want mom and dad.
They still do.
Yeah.
We're about to run out of time.
Okay.
What a great information. I think we tried to cover most of that. If somebody was interested in volunteering, who can they call? Give them a phone number.
Well, they need to call Jamie, and that's 870-518-9209. Okay. Now, at the same time, I work at my store most days. They are welcome to come to Missler's Furniture and Appliances, and I will talk with them all I can, or they can call me, 365-3900.
Yep. What a great program. I'm glad you came back in. It had been a while since Mark had talked to us about the call. It's a wonderful program, as you can see. I just let him talk because I can't talk anyway, but he explained it verbally, what the problem is and what the needs are. So if you'd like to get involved in the call, please give Mark a call or call their office and get more information. You may be the right person that can really make a big difference in some of these children's lives. Mark, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to come in, and good luck, and hope you continue the good work. I know you will.
Thanks.
Stay with us. Be back in a moment. We're going to talk with a young lady about lots of stuff going on at the Boone County Senior Center. Stay with us.
We all need the help of a pharmacy from time to time. Sullivan Pharmacy would like to thank all their customers for supporting them as an independent local pharmacy. When you trade with an independent pharmacy, you deal with an owner that supports the local economy and charities. Visit Sullivan Pharmacy for any of your over-the-counter or prescription needs. It's important to keep helping those that help the community. Sullivan Pharmacy, 731 Main Street, Harrison, serving this area since 1965. Cold weather has arrived in the Ozarks, and Quality Feed Grains can help you get through the winter months more efficiently. They have a variety of de-icers in stock, including heated dog bowls, heated livestock buckets, heat bulbs and lamps, bucket heaters, and sinking or floating de-icers, plus de-icers for the car as well. Quality Feed Grains, helping you stay warm this winter. 4617 Highway 65 South in Bellefonte and 311 East Prospect in Harrison.
Back on Connection here on TKO8 Television. Dennis King, thanks for joining us on the Connection Show this week. I'm squeaking around a little bit here, but that's okay. Our next guest in the studio today will do most of the talking about the Boone County Senior and Wellness Center. She comes to see us quite often, Chris Kendall. Thank you, Chris, for coming in. Apologize for
You're
the voice.
welcome. It's
Don't know
okay.
what happened. You kind of had to go through that, you said, too.
Yeah,
So.
I can hear you. So
Well, this is perfect timing because now we can talk about the whole month of February, being it's right coming up on us tomorrow, first day of the new month. And February is always a busy time for you guys out there. You got a lot of exciting things going on.
we do, and everything. Every month is always busy for us. We have so much going on, so many different options that the seniors can choose from. There's just a lot of fun things that we try to have planned. And if there's something that you enjoy doing that we don't have on the schedule, call me and we'll talk about maybe you would like to volunteer to share your special ability with everybody else, and we'll put it on the schedule. And that's how some of the things have happened. There's people come in and said, hey, I like to play pitch. So at one point we had a pitch group a long time ago, but they the same people came back in and said, hey, we want to play at this time and at this time, and so I added it to the schedule. And it started off with just 3 or 4 people that came in, and last week we had 8 people to come in and play pitch Thursday night. And so it was good to see that many people participating in pitch, and there's always room to add more. And so I think we had 10, because we had 2 groups playing, and it's a group of 4.
Right.
And so we had 8 people actually playing, but then 2 were waiting to play. They just waited their turn and played later on.
That's a lot of fun. Pitch is
Dominoes
fun.
and we have Bunko and Bingo and just all kinds of different activities that people can choose from.
That's a good point. Actually, if you happen to be a senior and you're watching the show, if you haven't been to the senior center, you should at least take a trip out there to see what they're doing and all the activities, and you can ask questions, and Chris and the staff will be happy to answer any questions you might have. Enjoy their lunch, which they have a wonderful lunch out there, and for a small donation you can have a good lunch. But if you haven't been out there, it might be something for you to spend time during the day and meet other seniors and tell stories and whatever. It's really good therapy for seniors. So, some people may not have been out there. A lot of people hesitate to go to a place sometimes.
That's right. That's right. And, we're talking about all the activities. I'm going to kind of jump ahead in the month here. And the last week of February, and it's going to start on the Saturday before the last week, because we have our Mardi Gras celebration on that Saturday.
Okay.
And we'll talk a little bit more about Mardi Gras here in a few minutes. But we're having an activities fair. And so this is a great way for people to come in and see everything that we have to offer. And you get free stuff. So we're gonna go around to the different businesses that have promotional items, and we're gonna ask them to give us stuff that we can give away. Okay. And so when at beginning on Friday, you can pick up a card at the senior center, and you'll fill out the card, your name and everything on the top, and then you're going to carry that card around with you for the week, and you're going to take it to any activity that you that you participate in, including lunch, and including our Mardi Gras celebration as well. And so for each activity that you attend, you're going to get your name in a drawing for a grand prize at the end of the week.
Nice.
And so you'll carry that card with you. You'll go to the activity. The class instructor or whoever is there will stamp or sign your card, something so that we know that that you actually attended. But we will also check it with the sign-in roster as well. And so as long as we know that you've gone to the class, then your name is going to be put into a drawing at the end of the week for a grand prize. It's just it's a way for you to come in and get some free stuff and to check out all the activities that we do have at the center. And so I think it'll help to bring people in that haven't been to the senior center, but then also people who have been to the senior center but only come for lunch. If you come for lunch and another activity, then you would get your name in the drawing twice.
Cool.
So it's a great way to.
So that actually starts on the Mardi Gras celebration,
it
the
does.
23rd.
Yes, the
goes through March 1st.
Yes.
Correct.
That is correct. We'll have the drawing, the prize, the grand prize drawing on the 1st of March.
Okay.
After lunch, after all the activities have completed for the week. So.
Okay. Let's talk about Valentine's. I see that's one of the big things coming up. What do you do for Valentine's?
Valentine's Day, we don't have a special dance or anything this year. We talked about it, but Mardi Gras is so much fun that we wanted to go ahead and do Mardi Gras again this year instead of a Valentine's Day. And so, of course, we have lunch on that day. We are having a bake sale, though. So if you're looking for something special for that significant other, or even kids or grandkids or even great-grandkids, we're going to have cookies and chocolate-covered strawberries, a variety of nuts, and a few other things. The giant cupcakes, we're going to have a few of those to choose from, and so
they can buy them.
Yes, yeah, they'll be those will be available for pre-order. And we're going to start taking orders the beginning of February. And then orders will be, we won't accept any more orders after the 11th at 4:30 is our cutoff time. Cool. And then orders will be picked up on Valentine's Day on the 14th.
That's great.
Yeah. So.
Okay. I know you started, I think, in January. How's the program going with Trudy from
the Fresh Conversations.
Yeah, the Fresh
from
Conversations program.
Extension Office. Yes,
Yeah.
the County Extension Office. It went really well. Our January, we had 30 participants, so over 30 people to participate in the class. It was a really informational class, and she had free samples, so you got to eat some food while you were there, and it was just a great a great experience for those who attended. And February, where she's going to come back and do a different presentation. This is Fresh Conversations, and I think it says she's going to talk about brain food. So, if you need something to help improve your memory or your cognitive abilities, then this is foods that you can eat that can help that.
Just your brain in general, maybe.
Yes.
I need to go check on that then.
I think I do too, honestly.
You always do a lot of different activities. Maybe go over a few of the things that you do, like your normal monthly things, like you go to casino trip and so forth.
Yeah, we're going to another casino this time. I think we're going to go down to Roland as long as the weather holds out. Of course, any of our trips are subject to weather. We're not going to risk traveling to Bentonville or to Oklahoma with bad weather, and so the trips that we have scheduled are subject to be canceled or postponed in case of bad weather. We're going to the casino, and then we're also going to the Native American History Museum. Did I say that right?
Yes,
okay.
You sure did.
And that's in Bentonville. And what's the date that we're
February
going?
19th on
February
that one,
19th.
Yes.
We're going to go over there. We're going to have lunch before we go to the museum, and then we'll hang out at the museum for 2 or 3 hours, and then come back to the senior center. Now, there's no admission. It's free admission to go to the museum. You will need to bring money for lunch, and they have a gift shop, and so if you'd like to purchase something from the gift shop, you'll need to bring money for that.
Okay. I noticed that you do have one holiday coming up in February.
We do. February 18th is President's Day, and we will be closed.
On President's Day. We got about 4 or 5 minutes.
Okay.
4 minutes. What's some of the other stuff you want to talk about? You have your bingo and March for Meals.
March
begins.
for Meals, yes. March for Meals is beginning March 1st, and so that's something that I want to get in. You can get your registration forms throughout the month of February. What this is March is a big month for us. It's our big national March for Meals campaign, and so March is really big for us in promotions. What we do is a walkathon, and you pick up your forms throughout the month of February, and you pledge to walk so many miles. Walk, run, jog, however, just get active and move. You pledge to walk so many miles, and then you have someone to sponsor your miles. We suggest that you get 10 people to sponsor you for $10 each. If 100 people do that, then we can reach our goal of $10,000 this year. And so, 100 people doing this that's not a whole lot of people to ask to do that.
Did you do that last year?
We did.
Okay.
We did this last year, and we had quite a few people to participate. So it was a great fundraiser for us. We've also added, this year, we've changed it up a little bit. We're going to have a prize for those whoever brings in the most contributions. And then we'll also have another prize for those who have recruited the most amount of active people. And to be an active, to be considered active participant, you have to have brought in at least $10 for Meals on Wheels.
Okay.
So, and all of the fundraisers that we do are for our Meals on Wheels program, but it's also to help with expenses at the senior center and the activities and the transportation that we provide at the senior center.
Yeah, we want to talk about that for just a moment. We got a couple minutes left here. The Meals on Wheels program is for all of Boone County.
It is.
So you're touching a lot of lives when you talk about delivering meals out to these seniors that can't get out and that maybe can't drive or don't have an automobile or just can't get out of their house. And it's a wonderful program. That's a good program.
It is. Yes, we served over 46,000 meals last year.
Wow.
That's a lot of meals going out to people. But we have the new home delivery meal truck now. We can serve more people. And so if you know someone who needs our service, or if you yourself need the service, please call us and see if you qualify for the service. To qualify, you have to be 60 years of age or older, and to be homebound. We do make a few exceptions for people who drive to doctor's appointments only. We're not going to penalize you for having to get out to go see the doctor. But we also do provide a transportation service for the entire county as well. And so if you are not comfortable driving anymore, but you have to go to that doctor's appointment, instead of making yourself so uncomfortable, call us and let us take you.
That's a great service. Well, you do a wonderful job at the Boone County Senior and Wellness Center. It's right on Rock Springs Road. Go by and see them. Take a look at the facilities and all the programs they have to offer. If you happen to be a senior, you haven't used the facilities, it's there to use. It's free to you to go out there and commingle with all the other individuals out there, and you do a wonderful job. Thank you. Thanks for coming in today. I appreciate it. Busy February, and we'll hopefully see you again around the 1st of March. You bring us up to date what's going on in March, okay?
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us on the Connection Show this week. We do appreciate you joining us each week as we try to bring information to you about various organizations around the broadcast area.
Crystal clear mountain streams, river rapids, and rolling hills with endless valleys. The beauty of the Ozarks we often take for granted. At Magnus Toyota, we never underestimate the value of our customers. As a third-generation family-owned business, Magnus Toyota has been operating here in the Ozarks for over 50 years. When we make a new deal, we make a new friend. Stop in and visit us today and see why our customers say we're the best. Magnus Toyota, your hometown Toyota dealer on Highway 65 North in Harrison.